My first meeting with my boyfriend. Part 1. Just another Monday. It was the first Monday of September, and the air had that crisp edge of early fall. I had just moved from my small hometown in Indiana to start college in Asheville, North Carolina. It was my first time living away from home, and every day felt like a mixture of excitement and fear. I was majoring in English, hoping to become a writer one day. But honestly, I was more nervous about making friends than anything academic. That morning, I was running late to my Literature 101 class. My backpack was overstuffed, my coffee was lukewarm, and my sneakers squeaked with every rushed step through the marble-floored hallway of Summers Hall. And that's when it happened. As I turned the corner, I smacked right into someone. Papers flew. My coffee splashed. My heart dropped. "Whoa, sorry," a voice said. I looked up, flustered, and saw him. Tall, messy dark hair, warm brown eyes, and a crooked smile that could melt an ice storm. Part 2. His name was Jake. He knelt quickly, gathering the papers with me. "No worries," he said, handing me my now coffee-stained notebook. "You okay?" "Yeah, just embarrassed," I muttered. He grinned. "Guess we're both running late." We stood up. He extended a hand. "I'm Jake." "Emily," I replied. We smiled, and I couldn't explain it. But something clicked in that moment. Then, as if by fate, we both realized we were headed to the same classroom. "Well," he said, adjusting the strap on his shoulder bag, "shall we?" Part 3. Unexpected partners. That week, our professor announced a paired project. My stomach sank. I wasn't great with strangers. "And I'll be assigning partners randomly," she said. Of course. And when she read off Jake Harmon and Emily Lawson, I blinked in disbelief. He glanced back at me with a playful raise of his eyebrows. "Fate," he whispered. I tried not to smile too hard. Part 4. Library days and laughter. Over the next few weeks, Jake and I met at the campus library. At first, it was just the project, but slowly our conversations drifted beyond books and essays. He told me he was from Charlotte, loved soccer, and played guitar. I told him about my quiet town, my dream of writing a novel, and my fear that I didn't belong here. He never judged. He just listened. Once, during a late-night session, he brought snacks. Reese's, my favorite. "How'd you know?" I asked. "You mentioned it once," he shrugged. I listened. That night, we didn't study. We just talked. When the library lights dimmed for closing, I realized I hadn't smiled like that in a long time. Part 5. The first hint. It was mid-October when the leaves turned fiery shades of orange and red. One Saturday, Jake invited me to a campus fall festival. "It'll be fun," he said. "Bonfire, music, cider." We walked the trail lit by fairy lights and stopped at every booth. At one point, a folk band started playing, and Jake pulled me toward the small crowd dancing in front of the stage. "I don't dance," I protested. "Neither do I," he laughed. "But maybe we can be bad dancers together." We swayed awkwardly. I laughed more than I danced. But when he looked at me under those lights, his face soft and kind, I felt the flutter in my chest. It was the first time I wondered, is this more than friendship? Part 6. The moment that changed everything. A few nights later, we had just finished watching a movie in his dorm, some goofy action film that he loved, and I only pretended to like. He walked me back to my building. As usual, we stood at the bottom of the stairs, the chill of the night making me wrap my cardigan tighter. Jake looked nervous. His hands were in his pockets. "Em," he said quietly, "can I ask you something?" "Of course." "Have you ever thought, do you think we could be more than friends?" My heart raced. I stared at him, unsure what to say. But then I remembered every moment. The late night talks, the way he remembered small things, the comfort I felt around him. Yes, I whispered. He stepped closer. Can I kiss you? I nodded. It was gentle, warm, unsure, but real. When we pulled apart, we both smiled like idiots. That was the moment everything changed. Part 7. Becoming Us. We didn't label it right away. We took our time. Jake never rushed me. He was patient, funny, and thoughtful in ways I never expected. He'd leave little notes in my notebook, bring me coffee before class, walk me to the bookstore just because he knew I loved the smell of old pages. And I found myself doing the same, leaving snacks in his bag before his soccer games, sending him poems I wrote late at night. Being with him didn't feel like fireworks or wild passion. It felt safe, honest, good. For the first time, college didn't feel so lonely. Part 8. Our first fight. Not everything was perfect. Around Thanksgiving, I got stressed about finals. I started shutting everyone out, including him. One night, he showed up at my dorm, frustrated. "Why are you pushing me away?" he asked. "I just need to focus," I snapped. "Not everything has to be about us, Jake." He looked hurt. "I just want to be here for you." The silence between us was heavy. Later that night, I texted him, "I'm sorry. I just didn't want to let you down." He replied, "You won't. I'm not going anywhere." That was our first fight, and the first time I realized I didn't want to lose him. Part 9. Winter break and missing him. During winter break, I went home. He did too. We texted and FaceTimed, but it wasn't the same. I missed his laugh, his hugs, his terrible taste in music. One day, it snowed back home. I sent him a photo. He sent one back of his neighborhood, covered in white. "Wish we were watching this together," he wrote. When I returned to campus in January, he was waiting outside my dorm with a bouquet of hand-picked pine cones he'd glued together to look like roses. "Couldn't find real flowers," he joked, "but I missed you." I kissed him right there, ignoring the snowflakes. Part 10. My first love. The second semester flew by. We made new memories, late-night coffee runs, spring hikes, library naps. We wrote our names in a notebook we promised to keep forever. He was there when I got my first A+ on a big essay. I was there when he got injured in a soccer match. We learned how to fight better, talk better, love better. And one night in April, sitting under the stars on the campus lawn, he said, "You're my best friend, Em. And I think I love you." Tears welled up in my eyes. "I love you too, Jake." Part 11. What the future holds. It's been a year since that first meeting. We're still together. We've talked about what comes after college, how we'll chase our dreams, maybe move to a big city, maybe get a dog. Nothing is certain, but one thing is, that first moment when we collided in a hallway changed my life forever. People ask me about how we met, and I always smile and say, it started with spilled coffee, flying papers, and a smile that changed everything.